Alright, we're back with Chola, but there are some problems that we've been facing. First off, we had a huge epidemic of smallpox came across parts of this entire southern half of India, south and central parts of India, which it originated in Sri Lanka, and it passed through our lands. We just recently opened the gates as the smallpox is passing by now. Which, surprisingly, we haven't had a depopulation here. But it most certainly did in other parts of Tamilakam, where the smallpox is still ongoing. And plus, there's a new Maharaja, in which the old one died of dysentery after he got a horrible mistreatment. Well, now I am Maharaja Irâcâtirâca. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation compared to, Sanskritized version compared to Tamil translation here with that name. But nonetheless, he's not the eldest nor the youngest, because we could say, so to speak, that my father, on his deathbed, converted to Jainism, and he chose him, who is the third son of his many children, to be Maharaja. The third eldest. No, incorrect. Fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the fourth. The fourth son became Maharaja. Why? His reign began when he was 8 years old, and he belongs to the smartest branch of Hinduism, which gives us monthly karma. Karma that we need for future conflicts, especially subjugation. If we can, and if not, then I'll have to marry somebody within that kingdom in particular for, hand it betrothal or marriage. But the problem is, just hang on. But the problem is that if I wanted to betroth, they don't want to because of political concerns towards me, knowing that I'm a expansionist. They know me too well. Are these Rashtrakuta, but they're not Kannada Rashtrakuta, they're Marathi and Jain. Even the sister will not accept that. No. Can't be those two. Hold on, let me see you. What's the name of the one? I was about to say, how many claims? That's what I want to know. Still not possible, even if it's non-aggression, it's just, well, again, it's just I would like to, eventually marry somebody so we can have children that could inherit that claimant of sorts if I know how these things work. If not, then just, well, betroth or marry somebody in the future in one of these Rajas so we could slowly expand there. For one day that we'll try to form a decadent empire. But luckily I found one person who I've already invited, which I'll tell you that in a moment. And then also on that previous episode we helped out Gujarat, the Rajputs there before they were subjugated, Gujarat, which they reclaimed some of the territory they lost to the Abbasid vassals. We also helped out Punjab, which looks like they're not in a good way right now, which I think we'll have to intervene in this war, which I think that we could have time to save them. We just have to get our navy. And there's this ongoing war that we are part of, which we beat the heck out of these guys, but we could not eliminate them because they keep reinforcing themselves. We had our break from that disease, so in due time, as my childhood continues to go up. And I was thinking of spending my money on the book, but since I have plans on intervention, unlikely. revolt. Huh. He leads the revolt of 15,000 while they have 6,000. It's tyranny, and the Caliph is losing, and if he loses, then he's going to abdicate to him, who has a pet rat. And he's also in prison. So he'll be released to prison once he becomes the new Caliph. Well, at least they're busy over there while we gotta help Punjab, even though they're short on money and troops. Because they spent a good portion of that trying to make this small country a tributary state. We're just gonna send our ships there, get up there, and defeat these guys before it's too late. I mean, he does have a few friends, but I don't think it'll be enough. Them, and them. Yeah, that can't be good enough. But hey, fighting against infidels will get us a bit of karma. Which also means to Maharaja. We have to intervene. We must do it. This woman that we invited here, Akadevi Rashtrakuta, which the name may sound familiar to you because she has a strong claim of the kingdom of Delhi and Aurangabad. She was that isolated enclave that lived there as the Maharani of Delhi. But she also has a weak claim on Koshala and Maharashtra. Yeah, those guys over there. So just keep her around for the time being. But her daughter is a concubine to this man. You know, the man that rules the northern half of the Deccan. So I just want her to be around in Tanjavur. Just stick around and oh, there's plenty of years. So we can put her into that throne over there. So that way, because of her Telugu culture, I mean, we could put a Dravidian in the throne. When there's a Dravidian running an area, we can subjugate him. That's my master plan in the future, once I become a man. That's part of the reason why I said, oh, I got plenty of years left. I've been out fishing for hours. I still haven't caught that fish as big as that servant's child got yesterday. If I wait long enough. After a few more hours, I feel something bite. It's a huge fish. Probably the biggest fish in Chola Mandalam. They will tell stories of today. Gained a little prestige for that. Wow, we can barely fit everybody there. Alright. Hope none of you caught sick. No? You're all in good health. Make it quick, or it's too late. Just based on that war score. Because they want Lahore. That's their ultimate goal. I could care less about the tribute war. And I like how we just leave those 7 guys behind, but what difference does that make? Just be glad that the smallpox epidemic is over. It's starting to burn out in all the other areas now. Land here. try to get up there as fast as you can to meet the Tamimi's Sultanate army. I was about to say, hey, since she's a giant, you think we can finally be friends with Gujarat? Political concerns again. Yeah, that's going to be problematic for the future expansion of the Chola kingdom. These political concerns. Yeah, we'll disband these ships for cost-cutting measures. Even though some of us isn't going to return home. Especially that our economy took a hit a bit because of events. Especially when it comes to dealings with that Chinese administrative governor. What are they called? There's a surge of traders. We do have a governor somewhere. Just I forgot who. Was it him? Yes, him. He's that administrator that lives here. Off to Lahore. Well, these guys were fighting earlier. At least they got their lashing. Alright, let's begin liberating these areas, since there ain't much. Acceptable losses. Some of that's occupied by the Rajadhiraja, which I believe that's related to that tributary war of theirs. Which again, it's none of my business, unless I want to form an alliance with him and help him out on that little affair as well. But now we're just retaking these holdings that we are at war with. Yeah, they're gonna chase him down. Now there's a new... oh wait, that ain't new Chinese habits because of the art. So, new types of precious silks and other wondrous new wares have started to flow along the increasingly safe routes of the Silk Road, whose wealth has doubled. That means the Golden Age, the way empires now reached untold power and wealth. As China flourishes, the trade routes with the East bring not only valuable goods but previously unheard of quantities, are also rich in abundant examples of Chinese culture. An emperor of China in this Golden Age may well rightfully consider himself the master of the known world. The economy is going up for those who are part of that Silk Road. Let me send you a eunuch, eh? Well, we can't right now. Well, since they're slightly similar in value. Well, there's this strong, brave Brahmin that I can't, you know, recruit. This commander because he's a Brahmin, not a Kshatriya. So, send him away. Send another one in 20 years, which I'll be around by then, no doubt. We take 2 holdings. 2 mandis. 2,000 more grays till we reach 5,000. Because 5,000, it would have to be. Also, hang on. I saw the other thing of one of these must be true. Yeah. We need to use that to destroy the Abbasid Empire for good, so they can stop bothering India, and we can get back to being focused in the Deccan. We take one more holding, and then we'll fight these guys again. Just a little bit of karma for this. When's my birthday? November 2nd. Retook it. Now we're gonna destroy you. Hey, brother. You're young and unproven, you'll lead. And also, he's also my regent, and he respects me. Loves me and respects me, thanks to a father. Captured a mare. Pay him. Again, we want money. If we were capturing women and children, then that would be different. Damn my 7th grandfather. I don't have that many. No. Actually go to Motown. There's a silk trade post. We'll take it to them because this is all their territory. 100% war score. They finally defeated the nomads that try to invade that region. One day we're going to start fearing those guys. North India is the most vulnerable region so far. And if the only one that can stand toe-to-toe equally is Tibet. Because they're the guys that, maybe in the future, they'll try to attempt to reclaim Kashmir, since that's a de jure part of Tibet. Whereas he is the Maharaja of Kashmir. Now, why do you not like me? He's hiding and he's a student, so I guess he's at a university. So we can't arrest him. No, we can't arrest him because he needs to be approved by a regent, and as long as you're happy with whatnot. For your sake. Alright, who wants some minor titles? Put you on intrigue instead. What you doing up there? Vassalization. That means you're going to expand right up to the Ganges. So you would create a giant corridor of sorts. But you are strong enough to take on any of those Muslim vassals of the Abbasids. Alright. I see you being a warrior one day. We got some prisoners, lots of them. Except her. Can't ransom many of them. What are their ages? 11? 11? The heir to the Emirate. As in... that... aha! About this, right, which one of you Hindus, is gonna educate them? Anybody who's in relatively good health. How about my mother? Put him under house arrest. That boy's gonna be raised in our way. So that we don't say, there's an infidel in the realm. Just to try to destabilize them a bit. 14. 14. There's a woman. Young woman at that, and we also captured his husband. Homosexual bliss. You know how I've kept saying, you know how Gujarat always wanted a country? I wonder if it's possible. No, you can't send them from your prison unless they're of that religious branch. No, of a religion group. I used to do this when I was pagan. But it doesn't look like there are any pagans, the Boon pagans, in Tibet. I think they're all Buddhists now. Thought I would have offered them some. Or even perhaps the nomads. They'll take anything. But we're too far away to contact any of them. Not even now. Which is the closest. Unfortunately, no contact. Or I'm just going to give it to somebody who, you know. As I said, no. Can't offer them. Oh well. Well, he found one who's just under education, and the rest of them are just... You could say, except for Shamir, the boy here, the rest can rot. He'll die in prison soon, or later. Unless they raise their money and pay up, because they're all from this area. Well, you better start raising that money, and you will get your people back. Well, meanwhile, time for my own education. Obviously this path. And it's too bad I'm already craven, but once I join that Fighters Guild again, I'm going to do it just like my father, and I'll get rid of Craven. And try to become more stubborn. I can't be betrothed to anybody at the moment. But we raised an awful lot of money. Keep going. We'll gain little piety for besieging infidel lands. Piety, karma, and whatnot. And there's an ongoing giant uprising. Their second attempt, because the first one failed. Are they still under revolt? Oh no, this is a new one, so they actually just finished it, but they don't have the strength like they used to. They're in recovery. Oh boy. They're gonna likely subjugate this area, which means they will lose that tributary for the Abbasids. So the Alans, who's Susan, they're all Tengri. What's going on with you? Once I become Maharaja, well, crowned Maharaja, you could say when I become an adult. We'll settle this. Everything will be settled down. Let's say we have our siege guy a flank somewhere, right? If not, then we'll get another. Any able-bodied man. Bingo! 18-year-old. Shouldn't be commanding. We're just gonna make their life easier. Now we're taking their trade post simply for the sake of my grandmother's past. Head to here. Kundaka Devi Vamulavada Chalukya. The Indian Helen of Troy that we once called her, ever since that war was fought, where she was being held over there and was married to Vikramaditya. Yeah. And that's my grandmother, which she has since passed. I don't think she probably lived long enough to become the female archer of the Shavaka Sangha. But we're glad she found her peace and got rid of her pride, which was the only sin she ever had. Yeah, she was born beautiful, but what one would think that her beauty was a curse. But with her virtuous deeds and contributions to the Sangha, whether it's by charity or other work to make her feel pure, just like my great-grandfather, Parantaka I, where he achieved moksha for being this very virtuous, pious Jain. And I'd like to think that for Kundaka Devi, she did the same. She found peace. Again, born in 801 and died on the 6th of May, 873. Long life. Very long. So she was the last known living individual for during that shameful period that we had during that dramatic war. Rules are for the weak. I know what I want, and I know where to get it. Arbitrary. Oh no. It's not good for stewardship or learning, but it's good for intrigue. Well, then again, that man made me arbitraries. Maybe I should have assigned myself another guardian. I would like to be ambitious. Are you ambitious? If not, assign me another guardian where I would like to be ambitious or at least brave. I mean, there's plenty. There's plenty of guardians I could choose from. Maybe back to Mama. I guess Mama knew best. What's your name? Lakshmi. Yeah, Lakshmi knows best. Oh wow. Apparently I have high enough learning skill, which is 9, um, thanks to the base and the books, where where me, 12 years old, telling my mother, who is 32, and I engage her in a theological debate. I said Mama knows best, but it looks like, it says, my dear son, your penetrating gaze can part even the thickest theological fog. I'm utterly convinced by your learned arguments. Learned arguments. Rest assured that I will never stray again. Your graceful mother, Queen Mother Lakshmi. Excellent. So she's back to being Hindu again. Well, I guess um, Rajadhiraja knows best. My half-brother becomes a Jain at the behest of his mother. It's fine by me. My brothers can do what they want. As I ride through the empty corridors on my castle on my trusty wooden stick horse, I've come across my regent, Prince Vijayaditya of the Chola kingdom, getting some fresh air on the balcony with his back turned against me. Oh, gee, no. If I kill him, that'll be kinslaying. No, I'm a good lad. See, there's karma. Oh, incoming. Fight them. Yeah, I shouldn't become arbitrary. It's not a good trait to have. Hey. Come over here before I accept that betrothal offer. Because I don't want my mother going anywhere. Okay, there. Now accept. See? Never leave me by her side. And he's Jain too. Oh, let me speak to him and say, hey, go back to being Hindu. There's no need for tension. I got some books. Okay, we killed them all. Go across the river and go kill these guys too. Stay away from the Jain uprising. They're good guys. Mahabharata, the little clay cart, and Fido. More books to the collection. Let me see. Fido is one of Plato's dialogues. It depicts Socrates discussing the nature of the afterlife before being executed. Socrates uses various arguments to show that there is an afterlife and that the soul is immortal. I got this book, the Mahabharata, which almost every Indian man knows what this is. It's an ancient Indian epic poem which narrates the Kurukshetra war and the fate of the Kaurava and the Pandava princesses. It also contains the philosophical and devotional material. It is the longest known epic poem and one of the most influential in world history. Yeah, I know that story too well. But as for me, I'm still catching up watching the Mahabharat series on YouTube. It's the old one from 1988. That particular television adaptation of this epic. I'm in later 20s episodes, and we'll soon get into the 30s. I'll watch when I have free time. And now the Little Clay Cart. The Little Clay Cart is a Sanskrit drama attributed to the playwright Sudraka. The central story is that of a noble but impoverished young Brahmin who falls in love with a wealthy courtesan. The couple's lives and love are threatened when a vulgar courtier begins to aggressively pursue Vasantasena. That's actually one of my favorite stories from classical India. Little Clay Cart. It's right up there. Not saying I actually read a book, just adaptate. Some degree of literature and some of that adaptation from television and whatnot, but not the films. See, I'm a cultured man. For many years I was, enamored with Slavic Europe, particularly West and South. And recently, got into, well, other cultures, what if it's ancient Greece or Egypt? But now, India is the most recent, and that's why I'm doing this series here. It's not because I want to play as these guys, because they had such a great kingdom, but rather, it's just due to my recent interest with all things India. Almost all things India. Almost over. Keep it up. Yeah, we got so much books. Man, I got way more learning books. Another Plato book. Not just a dialogue by Plato. This Timaeus speaks at length about the nature of the physical world, the purpose and properties of the universe, and the creation of the soul of the world, and the elements in the golden ratio. Got so much learning books, which means if I want to equip all learning books on my library, that means I get more learning skill. Useful if you are a member of a monastic society. How's the Jain uprising going? 52. If the Abbasids don't catch you, then they'll be free. Bangladesh is zeroed out, would try to be liberated themselves. She's all grown up now. Bad education, but 16 years old and she's, you want her back because she does not speak your language nor worship the same faith as you are. I mean, I can't recruit her because she's not the rival. What's another thing preventing me? Lover, friend, child, mother, father. Oh. That. Because he's still alive. Well, if you want her back, you better pay up. And we should use that money right now to search the domain for resources. Searching for resources in my domain will involve a long and expensive expedition, but it has potential to bring a lot of ducats or goods for the years to come. I will receive reports from the survey teams every few months. The first survey team has been sent. There. She was in captivity long enough. Okay. Hiya. We're gonna try to raise him Hindu. Just to spite them. Down the Indus we go. Gotta take care of you a little more. Well, take it from here. Whoa, wait a minute. Jabal. That's the... Oh, Jabal. Jabal. Is one of your vassals Jabal? No? Who is this Jimbal? Them. Jimbal's in Persia. Allies. Oh boy. They brought a friend with them, and that's gonna complicate that situation in Lahore, so... So we have a few guys with us, but... I think we're in a bit of a dilemma here. Because, look, if we take them on now, we're gonna risk losing it. And these guys are experts, huh? So we withdraw, and, you know, let's get together. Because I'm a firm believer of together we are stronger, so... Get out of here before they begin their advance, which they are now. Hey, where are you going? They're coming here, but it'll suffer a major river crossing penalty. Well, guys, it's been nice knowing you. You guys are flankers, but as far as other commanders concerned... Ah, here's a defender. You may not have good martial skill, and some of you are going to get killed outright. If we lose, then the war is lost. See if we could try to, you know... No, I don't think they'll catch up by the time they get here. Badly outnumbered, but we'll see if that crossing of the Indus is going to be a difference maker. And it's too bad I can't be there for you. Even if I was there, me with that craven trade, I'd be a burden to you. They're going to be there on the 8th, which means they're going to most likely join the battle on very late. Start now. They have Palo archers, we have elephants. Shield wall, volley harass, shield wall. Casualties take it looks even except for this one. Give me more. Trying to force them back. The Punjabi troops and allies will be here at the end of this month. Which by that time we'll be in retreat because we're taking heavy casualties here. They outnumber us. I don't think they'll make a difference. Charge of opportunity. We force them back. We're losing this flank. Yeah, why not? Because, you know, we've always wanted to fight the Rajadhiraja in some way, but if it's to expand at your behest, go for it. But it's a claim on that area up north. Sure. The Abbasids have met the Jain rebels. I'm sure more will come. All stars, the center still holds. Here we got reinforcements. No, that did not make a difference. Not for the center, neither for this one. Call it off. Get out of here. When you tell your troops to move, that's an automatic retreat. That's only if you're on the offensive. Okay? God, we took really, really bad. We can say right now that Lahore has fallen, and so did the giants. To be fair, they're rebels. They're not going to be, you know, well equipped. Get them back here and send a marshal to train troops here locally. We'll help you out in some way. Talk about you, since you're just one county short. Now, not to mention we have a lot of money, which if we wanted it to, we can hire mercenaries. Rally up here. Don't let them besiege that area. They're defenseless. It's a lot of holdings they have, but I think it'll be enough so we can get in and defeat the Rajadhiraja army. Large storms threaten the area at this time of the year. It'll most likely slow down the research teams. Fight them properly, guys. Oh yeah, there's only one holding up there. That's the land you wanted? Well, with that little move, I guess you delayed them from taking in all of it. The bold. You're still at war with the Pala, but you can hold on to your... There's 2 Pala kingdoms. Maharani and Maharaja. Who's... Oh, they split. This man. Aha. It's just the same dynasty, and they've split off. You got hired stewardship. Yeah, they're gonna take all of that. We tried our best, but it wasn't enough. We're coming in. We'll help you retake that territory of yours and then get what you wanted. storm it. It'll be fine. Is there any claimants on that big old kingdom? Fortunately, no. Not for this tile, anyhow. No Dravidian cultured people. 'Cause these are all Indo-Aryans. She's still here? Akatif, yes. She's still around. I picked up stressed. Dang it, Ma. Supposed to be a good educator, but stress is no good to nobody. I don't like it when I get stressed. Don't you know what happened to Father? He could not get rid of his stress. He never turned to theology, which is one of the ways to get rid of it. I read about great men in history. Someday I want to be like them. I will be the greatest. See? Mama knew what's best. It appears that there's a non-knowledgeable number of ruffians and bandits in the area. It would be too dangerous to send my men without protection. Send my muscle to deal with it. Huh. My heart burns with fervor upon hearing the poor Hindu souls being oppressed in the realm of Maharaja Narasimha II of the Rashtrakuta kingdom. Brahma intended for all true believers to be free to decide their own faith. If Brahma is preoccupied with divine things, perhaps should carry out the will of Brahma. Must liberate my Hindu brethren. Which means we can fight them in a religious liberation war. Because our Hindu moral authority is so low, the Jains dominate the region. Has Hinduism fell so low? And that's one of the reasons of why we're building a Hindu temple. It's just to show our commitment to Hinduism that we will not abandon it. You're about to get some good reward for defending your country. I wake up in the middle of the night, my heart's racing and my whole body's feeling strange. What was I dreaming about? Lakshmi kissing me because she's a good mother. Because as I said before, Mama knows best. Her lips touching, hands touching Jenna. What Lakshmi feels same way about. What? What the hell are you thinking? Look, man. I'm a karma man, so I gotta be chased, so I'll save myself for her. Do not say such things like that. What? No. Don't know about that. So I'm declining moment in case I decide which to marry off to. Like, sometimes I wish it's somebody from within their realm, but not them. But a religious liberation war to create. That can work. That can work. We just gotta defeat them first. Yeah, we'll retake that again. You're gonna go faster. Yeah, there's not much holdings to take, so... Lands of Andhra Pradesh, as we know today in that state, it's not very sophisticated. No, no, no. Make you Hindu. Stay true to who you are. Hurry up. I'm sure we'll find a new resource here locally so we can keep making more money. We're trying to get home, so we're just killing whoever's in our way. Let the army rest. At the behest of the vassals. Right, for religious liberation, because they're Jains. I can do religious liberation either Andhra, which is one of the areas that I wanted to take over at first, or rest of Karnataka, Maharashtra, or Telangana. But I think the likely option is that not only it's big land, but remember, this does not mean I take it over myself. This means it will be liberated under a new Hindu ruler and will become a tributary. Whatever gives me the biggest gain, but as far as I'm concerned, Maharashtra is divided. We own the southern half of Karnataka. Andhra is a bit. I think that gives us the smallest gain, right? I believe Telangana will be the biggest. Which means liberating this area, that's probably a Kannada or a Telugu ruler will be ruling that region. And I thought to myself, hey, this is an opportunity where we can, subjugate him eventually. Because, same cultural group. Yeah, this should do. And my birthday's coming up in November, and I'm going to come to age soon. Again, he's busy with that new dynasty down in Sri Lanka, which they don't have that much troops as they are, so beating each other up like exhausted boxers. Can't establish that claim. Where's Akadevi? How we can't establish that claim? Because they don't have agnatic cognatic. I guess religious liberation it is. Just want to know how you people feeling. None of you threatened to assassinate me despite what I'm about to do. There might be some unrest afterwards, but we have to make a quick victory. Since they have weakened right now. So it's by the religious liberation of Telangana. Everybody approves. Yeah, that means there will be a new kingdom of Telangana. Even though there's already a title holder with that, which means it's going to be a new dynasty holding that, but that does not mean they're gonna usurp that. Not possible. Up here to a Lampur. Yeah, just one more war and we'll give it a rest. And once I grow up, the first focus I'm gonna have to put is carousing, just to get rid of my stress. War will be for later. Oh, I think we've severely underestimated. Since it's a holy war, that means the nearby Jain rulers. I mean, I noticed that. I didn't think they would, pick up on it. Well, that means them and likely Gujarat. What have we done? Hey, Kalinga. I know you got your little things going on. But, I was about to say, I don't know, I just feel like, am I regretting this decision? Probably not. Where's your yes, for political concerns. It's just, well, I need a little backup. And you guys are good. Even though your war is at a stalemate. Because I don't want you to be vassalized by those guys. But, you know. But we have money to get mercenaries. If we wanted to. Quick, catch him. If we can catch the Maharaja in battle, then that means 100% war score and the wood would be over before it gets even uglier. We did not. Now continue on your march. The leader of the host is going after Vinjapura. Oh boy, I cannot help you this time. Independence. Oh, that's gonna break up a bit of it. Karma, remember. Look, we've done good for you, but we're gonna abandon you. We got other things to do now. I'll take that prestige hit. So we'll abandon our tributary. Which doesn't pay very much to us anyhow. We did this just to try to screw these guys over. Not quite. The horde has fallen. The Abbasids have expanded again. Again, Telugu lands do not have very much of holding, so it'll be a little easy. Now I'm a skilled tactician. Once this war is over, and this will be the last one for a while, go for carousing. And I'm already doing this ambition. And I'm trying to get the Hindu faith up, so one would think I'll start being a holy warrior of sorts. If only I had zealous trait and then later pick up a war leadership trait. Oh, weak and slow. Oh, while they deal with the rebels, oh, yikes. Mama knows best. That's my only excuse about that. Or what I could say. So yeah, we're doing this for Hinduism. And we will try to, capture that territory eventually. At some point in the future. How much karma will I gain once we end it? A lot. Another Jain vassal. Not vassal, but Jain country is joined. Just hope that Gujarat does not join, otherwise I'm going to have to hire mercenaries for this. Telugu territory. Put you in there. Do whatever you can. You'll be good at it. Okay, we're not taking it over. We're creating a new Telugu kingdom that is Hindu, in which we'll eventually subjugate them afterwards, as a way of screwing them over and land is ours, and usurp one of the kingdom titles. And now they're going to make what's left of Kingdom of Kashmir as a tributary state to the Chola, creating, as I said, Jain corridor. Now they've converted Islam up there. Anything I could send you? May not be much, but have her. Even though you like eunuchs. But can't offer another one, even if I... Oh, no. Bihar has... Bihar has taken that area. I think he was captured. He lost the Raj. Because whenever Bihar's at war, then Tibet is not too far behind to help them out. You could say now we have no reliable allies out there. Okay, just take the sword and we'll fight down here. But hey, at least it's Bihar and not Pala. That's all I gotta say. The Kalingas served us well. We used them as a way of preventing Pala expansion, but it looks like Bihar is the one that's going to prevent them. It's Especially that's under Tibetan sphere of influence. Sphere. All I wanted was the Deccan. Maybe one would say that I am destined to have one day ruled the entire Deccan, but it's hard to do. Yeah, this whole Hindu influence is waning because of Jainism. At least one thing's for certain. They ain't coming here because they're busy up there. Ransacked this area and we got a new artifact. The Abbasid Dharma Sutra is a Sanskrit text and one of the oldest Dharma-related texts of Hinduism. It deals with many matters, extensively observes law, duties of a king, and family custom. Oh, you guys are Hindu, right? Okay. So, maybe one would think, and he's changed his culture, maybe one would think that, you know, maybe we lost an ally and maybe we gain one because of the proximity towards the Deccan region. Or there's a possibility that we may use them to fight our wars for down here. And in turn, defeat them. If they choose to subjugate Maharaja. But I think Tibet's got that handled. They don't need us. Minds are split. Oh yeah, she's a totally bad person. Need more karma. But we're about to make huge gains in karma. Oh, just want to work at a pace. We got fine money. It's not Telugu territory. We're just beating them again. Don't think you'll be any use to us. Too weak. Wheat field. That's low quality, but I'll take it. Just want this war to be over soon so I can go home, have some private feasts, and help me get rid of the stress. Oh, and another thing. Should join that little lesson death. Should have done that at the beginning, but I won't get much gain. Hopefully give me some training and get rid of that craven trait. Don't forget about that little piece. that we missed it. And you then just hurry up before Gujarat intervenes. They're all grown up except for Shamir, who is already Kannada and Hindu. Not to mention he's heir to the Sheikhdom of Yazd. Fight them one more time. "100% war score." Here's what happens. I will get a huge amount of karma, and we'll get some prestige out of that, and Hinduism authority will go up, while he will lose his purity and prestige. The kingdom of Telingana will be liberated under a new ruler, becomes my tributary. New ruler, new dynasty. So it is the... well, obviously the way that Telugu name is, that's just, well, the name of his dynasty. No, we did take Telangana away from him. So yes, the Dravidian man is back in Telangana. He'll be useful to us for now. We cut the Rashtrakuta in half, or a quarter of it, depending on who you ask. Just give it a rest. No more war. Otherwise there'll be tension. Sorry, I'm going to have to break the patrol because you're no longer useful to us. And we cannot push the claimant of some woman to somebody's throne. But you want to start looking of anybody who's of the Dravidian culture group. We already have her, but unfortunately she's the only one. The rest of them are Indo-Aryan, so even if they're male, we still can't push that claim. Wait, it's like, yeah, we can push some people's claims, but for a Dravidian man, where we put him in and then subjugate him later, as a way of screwing him over. So, you have to do 3 of the following tasks to increase the Hindu moral authority up again. Because ours is just getting worse and worse because of temples being looted by raiders and holy wars being lost. So you can see all the areas that belong to Hindu faith or belong to somebody else. Except for Bihar, which they hold Varanasi and Sarnath. It's the only holy site that we Hindus have. Too bad we can't help the rebellion because, I don't know, useful to us in some way. But he's winning so far. Any claimants on lockout? No. No Dravidian claims. Unless I were to marry one of them and just say, yep, too young for me. Yeah, they're all too young. Fast. Well, just in case, just want to start looking around. How much would it cost me if I were to release that troop? Yeah. You know, when we abandoned them, yeah, they were the previous ruler of that county. When we abandoned them, it didn't cause a sign of peace treaty or whatnot. Not to my end, no. Let's just have peace and invite some vassals in for a private feast. Well, too late for that now. Private feast is going to be on it because I was about to hold Diwali, but no. You got enough karma. You're fine. We had enough of war for the time being. Well, I will figure out who should I marry off to pick up a claim for them for my future heirs. So they posted in the dungeon. Bastards. But is bastard of the dynasty. I was thinking, should I put 12 to her? Or at least some other area where we can... I mean, it's like it cannot be them again. Because they got their own poems. He moved his capital, this sultan. What you married to? Yeah, the reason why it says Mara and Kosala because they have agnatic cognatic over there. This one agnatic. Yeah. See, that's just an example. So we brought that woman over here for nothing but an opportunity for religious liberation of the Telugu people there. At least there's a chance. I'm thinking, hey, think we should vassalize these two countries again? In little short wars, just for reference. Hey, if you manage to get yourselves free, we'll try to bring you in. I mean, we can't subjugate those two kingdoms. It's impossible. Unless you have a claimant, personally. Oh, you are Pujaris. I'll be merciful. Try playing on ice, even if you are a convicted apostate. I was about to say, I gotta put a stop to this. Can't be me. Here's your... Oh hey, she's strong but depressed. Blast. Okay. Patience. If you can win your independence, then maybe we'll vassalize you. We have enough prestige for that if we wanted it to. Anyways, let's begin the feast. Oh no. Where did this come from? Started in Puri. It's down along the customer. Started there, in former Kalinga territory. Good drinks and food, carousing, everything's fine, or was fine until the Raja Jarasim the second unexpectedly threw a fit of rage. I'm not sure why, but he's coming at me. I know his fists up. Oh, I must escape and hide. I don't want to get hurt. I'm craving, you know. Still stressed. All my plans go to hell right now. Oh, and by the way, choose a patron deity. And pick up the court precision while you're at it. Pair Shiva with his trident. Should I go for that, or... No, go for Kali instead. Because you've got more learning than martial, so we just want to even it a little. Don't shut the gates yet. Wait until the court physician comes in, and then shut the gates so he'll be in with us. Well, after I spread the word, I'm seeking an employee of a court physician. One of the pujaris from Nagar Karnoor arrived at my court. The cynical pujari introduced himself as Katanan and wishes to serve me. Though seeing this individual is shunned by the rest of the pujaris, the religious authorities are unlikely to approve. Come on in anyways. Now shut the damn gates! The diseases are the bane of the Chola dynasty. Every time when there's a disease here, it hinders our progress, and I will most likely become depressed afterwards. And once again, it will be ruled by a Jain, which we cannot allow that to happen. And look at these other choices. And we can't make non-aggression pact with them due to I don't know who she is. Throw her out. Throw him out too. I have no patience for this bull. Right, now we should use this money. Now that there's time. So we talk about making a lot of money these days. Don't you worry. We'll get back up faster than you know it. Oh boy, here we go again. Got better stage equipment now. You know what, let's just say, I ain't falling for that. Sail the tunnels. You know what happened to my ancestors? Matrilineal. No. Yeah, I ain't falling for that again. Mother raised me wrong, made me stressed. I'm at my wit's end with this. See what I mean? Now I've become depressed. And once this disease is gone, then, but that disease hasn't spread beyond there, right? Wait another month. No, it hasn't spread further, because I'm thinking about temporarily move capital to here as a way of get away from that disease so we can go carouse again and get rid of my stress and depress. Yeah, make an executive decision for that. Open the gates. Now let's go party again. Even some of you don't view me that highly because of abandoning the commoners. But in actuality, I'm trying to get rid of my stress and depress and look to my military training, which is about that time. We'll come back to Chola someday. Yeah, these past couple of days just has not been fortunate to us. But at least over there in the west, things are just getting worse. Don't worry, Gujarat is strong enough to hold them back, keep them back. As long as the Abbasid Empire themselves don't declare war on any part of India, or there'll be big trouble. Kingdom of Orissa is formed, and it's split off from Bihar. Okay. Lat has won their independence, so did these guys. They want in on this again. We can vassalize them, but wait until you finish carousing, then we'll try to make it quick before, you know, these guys, regardless if they're tributary or not. I don't think it was meant to hurt me, but the criticism still stung harder than it should have. An eye for an eye. Everything frustrates me. I gained a rock trade. Useful for this. Just got a wheat field now. Again, just an attempt to get rid of stressed and depressed. Alright, we're best friends now. And I gotta marry somebody soon. Still stressed and depressed. Well, one quick war later, and then, okay, it's gonna be quick. Alright? Because they have some deep population. And we do not care if Lanka makes them pay tribute or not. It'll just be quick. Alright? I'm not saying it'll be quick like, well, the war will end before Diwali comes. I lose, arbitrary. At least the vassals can look a bit more highly. How did you get away from them? I don't know. Peasant revolt. Oh, we'll deal with that too. Once we get this done. Now head to there quick. Cause we ain't got time for nonsense. There isn't much defenders. Storm it. Take acceptable losses because I said it's going to be a short war. Oh, and help them out on that peasant revolt. Don't let it fall. It's a tributary. It's our new investment. They're over there. Oh, good, you got him. Just give them what they want, alright? And then we're gonna vassalize you. And there they are. I'll be back there before you know it. I guarantee you. Storm it. Storm it. See, I told you it didn't take long. Just a small gain. Small gauge for the road to take back to expand our realm to try to eventually create the Deccan Empire. That, and whenever the opportunity presents itself to screw them over, and we'll take it all over to subjugate. They want that too, but you'll get what you want. Now, it's time to carouse, now that there's time for peace. You're invited. Best friend? No. Again, the Kali Puja feast would not get over my stress and depression. Who's your eldest? You're looking to marry somebody and then eventually get a claim just to pick up so we can expand a bit further. But as always, all the good ones are taken. Wants control of all of that, which he'll never get. They have to fight me for it, and because of that, we cannot accept patrol offers from them. And sadly, not them either. Especially one who's in that kingdom of yours. One day, I can guarantee you that. So let's just have one more carousing, and then we'll close the episode. But hey, not all is lost. At least we did things. At least we advanced a little, and we created a new tributary state in which we'll eventually subjugate him in a later time. Just do not be tempted by getting into any more wars. Oh, by the way, of these women, any of you got claims? But then again, you're from that county. I guess we took them all there. I know what to do, since I have very little of the dynasty. Just thinking about your ages. Okay. I'm gonna take you as concubine. Because I was thinking about getting me some of these concubines. Three years old. How about on house? Is there a drink? Something you said? I don't remember. Honestly, someone has to pay. Fight! Put him up! I fight with my friend. Let's have a good fight in spite of just being resigned. After a while, we both exhausted and had a college draw. Oh, that hurts. Not wounded, it's just got beat up. Not gonna be a hedonistic guy. No. I'm still stressed and depressed, but I fear that Okay, I got rid of stress, but not depressed. Okay, that's one down. So just keep it up. So, hope to see you in the next episode, because on the next episode, I got to marry somebody. And And I don't care if it's for due to political concerns and whatnot. You know, something's gotta give. But until then, so long for now.